We are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Vixen After Dark. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. I'm your host, Leticia Yofo. If you guys have not already joined the fam, please make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button and click the bell right next to it. Dink! That way you guys are notified every time I go live. So, what's up, y'all? We are going to tap into a video right now. I think that is very needed. Much needed, I should say. We're going to talk about Lilith being in the sign of Libra while we have the stellium playing out. If you watched my previous videos, I talked about Libra season, which is the sun in Libra, also Mercury in Libra. Really dive deep into this, guys. Those are some grand videos. I dropped some jewels and gems up in those, okay? If you guys have not been a part of the fam already, grab a notebook, get comfy, because I definitely dropped some history up in here to make you understand if you don't know anything about astrology. But if you are not new here, welcome back. Please comment down below while I'm live. Don't forget, after the live video, I will do timestamps. That way you guys can refer back to parts of the video to where if you missed while I'm live. Okay, so let's go ahead and just dive in, just to give you an overview of what I'm going to be discussing today. Definitely going to talk about Lilith being in Libra. Also, the moon is in Sag. Yes, it's out of Scorpio. Okay. Also, what is Lilith? The history of Lilith. Some people don't know what is Lilith. Okay. The positive, what to watch out for. Also, your rising sign on what house this should be hitting. If you watch my other videos, you should know what house is rocking right now for you with this Libra stellium. But if not, I'm going to tell you as far as how to work with this energy and to show you if you are working against it or not. Okay, that way you can readjust. Let's see. I'll probably do a collective spread after that if we have time, which I think we should. So that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. All right, guys. Okay, so let's see here. So Lilith is in Libra. If you guys don't know, this is always a 9-month transition, okay? So it's going to be here all the way up until March 26th. So you might want to bookmark this video, save it, put it in your Vixen After Dark playlist. That way you can refer back to it. Okay, so with Lilith chilling in Libra, it's it's 11 degrees in the sign of Libra right now, okay? The vibe gets really intense. It's been intense for a while, but in a slick, kind of under the radar kind of way, okay? Lilith in Libra is very rebellious, especially when it comes to relationships, okay? And balancing things out, how you express yourself, okay, with other people. So she's really not here to play by the rules, especially the rules around, if this is polite or not, okay? It's kind of opposite of what's socially acceptable, I should say. So think of it like Lilith wants to play fair, or actually Lilith wants fairness, but on her terms, not by society's fake fairness, okay? So before we dive deep into Lilith, let's go ahead and talk about the moon in Sag right now. You guys know I used to do my little moon videos. I guess some of you guys missed that. So I'll be adding those back in. That way you kind of know on a global standpoint what kind of energy that we're tapping into, okay? So right now the moon is 14 degrees in Sagittarius. We just got out of moon in Scorpio. Hopefully all of you survived that, okay? So it's gonna be here, moon in Sag until the 9th, okay? So on a personal level, let's kind of dive deep. So Sag energy likes to be free, okay? So this is where being optimistic as hell will be in the play ball field, okay? You may feel a little bit more hopeful than you did the last few days, okay? Like anything's possible. You got a problem? No sweat. You got the solution. That's kind of the energy right now, because when you're in Sag energy, it's ruled by Jupiter. So you're thinking way big. Like you're thinking big picture now. You're not in your feelings anymore because you just came out of moon in Scorpio. So you're seeing solutions instead of blockages, It's like everyone's adventurous. You want to travel. You want to get outside. Whether it's literally like maybe you're planning a trip. It's like you probably were researching and looking up, where's my next trip going to be? What can I do? How do I get there? What do I need to go there? I know me and my boyfriend were like thinking of going snowing, so we've been like diving deep into that. Anyways, snowboarding. So anyways, it's like somebody's itching for a new hobby or something to do, something fresh, like maybe even a new routine of how you do something. Sagittarius wants like new. Okay, so think of it like that. It's that straight shooter kind of an energy. You might find yourself speaking a little bit more honest. Okay, you might be even like something bad happened and you might laugh about it, you know, like, oh man, I fell off my bike the other day. It scratched my knee hella hard. Like, you just don't care. You're just going to be speaking a little bit more bluntly, I should say. You're not sugarcoating anything. You're just hitting the truth as you see it. On a spiritual note, looking at all these aspects that I have here, I would say the moon, this moon can have you really looking up at the stars, looking up at the sky, really diving deep into higher knowledge. You might want to learn a few things. You might have been watching or listening to a few things. You might have been paying attention to your dreams and comparing it to something as far as in the esoteric realm or something metaphysical. There's a hunger to just really connect to the bigger picture, something bigger than just your daily grind. Okay, now really what to watch out for personally for you, I would say be careful of putting your foot in your mouth. With Sagittarius energy being super blunt, you might accidentally offend somebody. Okay, or say something without fully thinking it through, because it's fire energy. So it's all love though, but you know, some people aren't ready for the real raw truth, just FYI. Oh, let me make sure I have the comments up here. Okay. And you guys, it's like still 100 degrees here, so I'm like so hot. So anywho, let's see. You might be, I would say it's 14 degrees, so we're like there. You might feel a little bit restless, like you kind of want to get outside. You don't want to feel trapped. You don't want to feel hot. You don't want to be in a box. You don't want to be stuck in one place. You don't want to feel like you don't have any options. So people might feel the need to escape. You might need a breather. You might want to miss your partner for a little bit. You might want to get away from the kids for a couple of hours, you know. You might want to get off work early. Okay, so just kind of watch out for your impulsive decisions during this time. Now, if you've seen everything that's playing out, let's talk about the global outlook when the moon is in Sag really quick, just to let you know, because there's a lot of news headlines that I've been seeing around. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, on the positive note, on a global standpoint, the collective can feel a little bit of hope. The world can feel a little bit more united in certain areas. Just visionaries are starting to pop out with ideas and solutions now about the future, about global progress. What can we do to move forward? How to solve all these bigger issues that we have going on right now during this time. Whatever's buzzing around culturally, spiritually, people might be vibing a little bit more together and exploring all the different cultures. Like, how do we come together? How do we work together? It's a time when the world could get curious about learning from each other. So it's like, yeah, you can hear a headline in the news, but you're like, no, let me go ask my friend that's really from there or that lives there, or what's the real tea? Okay. So it's like open-minded energy that's playing out. So it's a really good time for global movements to really push. International nations coming together, hopefully. People putting in like humanitarian efforts. So that's kind of the energy that you could be seeing on a global standpoint, where people might feel a little bit more inclined to reach out. Okay. Lend a hand, you know, trying to come together and build a bridge instead of divide, right? Also, though, on the other side of that, you know, governments or leaders, you know, might get a little bit too ambitious during this time, making promises or plans that sound amazing to us, right? All this political bullshit, but it's not realistic, okay? It's like big dreams, no plan. It's like all these empty promises kind of a vibe. And there could be lots of conflicts around certain beliefs, certain political parties, With that Sagittarian truth-seeking energy that's in play, many different cultures or groups might clash over their ideologies or beliefs that they may have. Everyone thinks they got the right answer for you, and that can kind of stir up a little bit of friction on a global standpoint. Now, let's kind of reel it in a little bit and go back to what is Lilith, because I get a lot of that, especially on my TikTok. You guys love my Lilith videos, so let's kind of talk about Lilith if you don't really kind of know the gist of it. So a little bit of a breakdown, that way everyone can vibe if you don't really know astrology. So picture this. Picture Lilith is like, I would say, that part of you that you don't show anybody, okay? It's wild, it's unapologetic energy, don't care about the rules. She's got that, it's like that voice in the back of your head or on the other side of your shoulder, like when they say devil angel, is the dark energy that's playing out. So it's like, it's that voice. It's like, why are we playing nice? Go get what you really want. so I call it the shadow side, because it's Black Moon Lilith. Okay, it's that deep, raw, real stuff that usually just keeps getting hidden all the time, or pulled under a rug. It's also our biggest desires that we want. Lilith is fierce. It's like a confident energy. When Lilith comes out to play, it's kind of like Lilith has had enough of pretending. It's all about being real. It's all about, showing your individuality, not trying to fit in, trying to be different. And guess what? Everyone's got a Lilith in their chart, okay? So she's hanging out in a specific zodiac sign for you. So if you have your natal chart, you pull it out, you would know what sign your Lilith is in. I actually did a series of that on my TikTok and my YouTube. You guys can go find those videos. I got a full breakdown that's waiting for you if you haven't seen that, okay? That way you know what sign you were born with as far as in Lilith. Now, let's kind of get juicy here. I'm going to give you a little bit of tidbit. While Lilith has this 9-month transition here, all the way up until March, we're almost there, guys. Okay, but the history last time Lilith was in here, on a global standpoint. So last time it was in Libra, it was heavily centered, of course, on justice, equality, relationships, and power dynamics. So think of all the protests that occurred, all the uprisings that were very prominent when certain issues were going on, racial equality, human rights, justice, all those things. So this is when BLM, Black Lives Matter movement, gained massive momentum during this time. Last time Lilith was in Libra, and that was huge. And then later on, we all really found out the tea about what was underneath this BLM movement, right? Following that, that tragic event that happened in Missouri, also the death of Michael Brown, the conflict with Ukraine happened. What else? We had like lots of feminism movements that happened last time Lilith was in Libra. That was the period when men and the LGBTQXYZ, plus communities worldwide kind of came together a little bit harder for more recognition and more equality, okay? So you can imagine, even in, what was it? Like electronics and things. This one guy, he revealed the government, surveillance programs, and he tried to spark some global movement with debates about privacy versus national security. So this is huge. Astrology is lit. Like everything that's playing out right now makes sense. If you know astrology, you'd be like, oh, because this and this is playing out, or this is in this sign, and this planet is in that sign. It all makes sense, and this is why you can see everything that's kind of happening, okay? So let's switch gears. We're going to talk about the positive energy on a collective standpoint, what you could be facing or what you have been seeing while Lilith has been chilling in Libra, which will be here all the way until March. I keep saying that because I'm getting new live viewers watching. Okay, so Lilith can actually help you really speak up, okay? If you've been a person where you just you probably didn't even notice that you were just shutting yourself down and not saying your piece. And finally someone's like, oh, you never said that to me before. Oh, you never expressed that. This is the first time I'm hearing this. So it's giving you that energy. It's like no more holding back kind of a vibe, okay? But also you're still trying to keep the peace, but you're just being a little bit more honest with yourself and other people that are around, okay? Also with this energy, since we have this stellium, I'm kind of looking at all the degrees that's playing out, especially along with the aspects too that we have right now. So Lilith is definitely the type of placement that's going to push you to reclaim your power in any type of business partnerships, love relationships, friendships, family ships, situationships, side piece ships, whatever ship you're sailing. Okay, you're more likely to say, nah, that's not what I want to get into right now. Yeah, that's not for me. It's not working out. Okay, and set boundaries. Okay, so that's the energy with Lilith. You know, it's time that we all really realize our self-worth, and that's what Lilith is here to do while it's in the sign of Libra, standing up for what you deserve in any type of connections that you may have. Okay, plus it may attract really deep, soulful bonds, you know, that feel real and not surface level. So peep game on the people that are in your life currently right now at this time. Okay, so let's tell you kind of what to watch out for while Lilith is in the sign of Libra. I would say, like I said, Lilith likes to stir up a little bit of, a little bit of drama. So if you're feeling a little bit unbalanced, now this is where it kind of comes into play, where the Libra energy will help out. Okay, so you have that smooth Libra vibe that's trying to keep the peace, right? And then you have Lilith on the other side here to shake shit up. So watch out for being too passive aggressive, or that manipulative type of energy that could be playing out as well. You might want things to be fair, but Lilith doesn't always ask nicely. Okay, she demands that shit. So if you're not careful, you might find yourself in power struggles, trying to correct the narrative that's playing out. You might even see yourself, you know, even playing people against each other. You might see that kind of an energy. But basically make sure you're standing up for yourself, you know, without pushing too hard or ghosting when it gets really tough. Because let me tell you, it can get real rough on the battlefield. You know, this is a spiritual warfare that we're in right now. So some people might just not be able to handle it and just will, you know, and just be like, wait, what happened? So Lilith and Libra is going to bring some heat during Libra season, you guys, but I'll probably talk about it a little bit more when it switches the seasons. But, you know, this can either set you free, okay, or you can create unnecessary chaos for no reason. This is going to be here until March, just FYI, okay? So keep it real and make most of the raw energy. I always say be authentic as possible, and you'll see who really rolls with you on the bus or the limo, okay? So let's kind of dive deep a little bit about that. So if you know your rising sign, you guys, she's going to activate a different house depending on your chart, okay? So I'm going to go through all the rising signs with you guys and let you know what house it's playing out for you, the stellium with the Lilith here, how to work with it, and also to show you if you're going against it, these are the signs that you're in, this is what's happening. That way you can flip that in a heartbeat, okay? So, or what happens to you if you try and fight it. All right, so let's kind of pull that up. Hopefully you guys are doing well and staying cool if it's hot, and if it's wet, hopefully, you know, you are safe and secure, honey. Okay. Okay, let's talk about it. So Aries rising. This is playing out in your 7th house of relationships, okay? So Lilith wants you to keep it real in your relationships, okay? If you've been settling or pretending that everything's cool when it's really not, this is your time to really speak up and claim your power back during this time, okay? Set boundaries. You know, be real, be black and white about the things you say, but also don't push people away when things get uncomfortable. So if you're going against this energy, you might find yourself being the person that's ghosting or ignoring somebody. You know, you're starting unnecessary fights. You know, not everything deserves a response, okay? Just remember that. So that passive aggressive energy can take over, leaving you stuck in that toxic cycle of a hamster wheel, the back and forth energy that you don't really want to deal with. So Lilith doesn't like fake peace. So avoiding conversations, not replying, not answering, not doing the face-to-face, that's when it'll get a little bit messy, okay? So you don't want that. Taurus rising. Taurus rising, this is happening in your 6th house. So for you, it's time to really shake up your day-to-day. Your 6th house is your daily routine, your health, work, things of that nature, your daily living activities, okay? So Lilith is here like, why are you living on autopilot? Can we do something different, okay? So get real about your habits, you know, healthy habits. Your health right now is key. I've been reading so many headlines about food right now. It's like, I'd rather be a breatharian than eat anything. I swear to God. So if this is in your 6th house, the stellium, the sun, Lilith, and Mercury right now, I'm gonna need you to get your health together, okay? So how are you spending your time? So for you in your 6th house, this is really a chance to create some new routines for yourself, you know, do things that make you feel empowered and not restrictive, okay? You can tell if you're going against this energy. You might feel burnt out. You might feel restless. You know, the daily grind, it might feel like a prison. You don't want to be there. It's not interesting. You know, you might feel like, I would just say, if you don't listen to the Lilith energy that's playing out for you in this house, because Lilith is calling for change, if you haven't switched it up, you could end up self-sabotaging real bad and creating really bad habits for yourself, blowing up at people for no apparent reason, okay? Gemini risings. Let's talk about Gemini risings happening in your 5th house of creativity and romantic partnerships. So Lilith definitely wants you to express yourself. Okay, whatever makes you feel happy. Don't hold back anything in the 5th house. Really, truly be yourself. Remember, this is a Leo house. Leo likes the mic and the spotlight. You know, lights, camera, action, baby. So it's like, really shine and be you in this house, okay? Do not dim your light for nobody. And be unapologetic about what you want, whether it's love, whether it's, you know, any new passions or hobbies, whatever you're going after. You got to show up and show out, okay? You will know if you're going against this energy, you're going to find yourself in tons of drama, whether it's like love triangles, jealousy, envy. You might be feeling like you're not getting enough attention. So you might be doing attention-seeking things, you know, avoiding this Lilith energy and not using it to, you know, the highest power that you can cause a lot of stress, okay? You know, Lilith is here to really push you to just be bold. And you might act out and you might be petty Betty sometimes. I'm not even gonna cap to you. So let's be real. Jealousy and being fake and envious, that ain't cool, right? Moving on. Cancer rising. So Cancer rising, this is happening in your 4th house, okay? This is your house. This is a moon house. This is your home, your family, your inner world, things of that nature. So Lilith here is causing you to work on that deep emotional truth. Like if you are in love with somebody or you really are passionate about something, person, place, or thing, like speak it, say it once and for all, get it out there. Time to stop pretending like everything's okay at home or within yourself. Nope, say it. You don't agree with it or you like it or this is what you want. This is how you got to have it, okay? You might need to confront family issues, family members, your kids, your children, your lovers, friends, whoever you live with, you know, whoever you're talking to. Past baggage, old people, old emotions might stir up a little bit, stir the pot. We're on retrograde season. So create space for yourself where you can heal. Now, you will know if you're fighting this energy, you'll feel a little bit off, okay? You feel like something's kind of gnawing at you, like you can't just get off your chest. And then you might start projecting your frustrations out on people that don't deserve it, okay? Onto family members. You might shut down emotionally, which can lead to a little bit more inner chaos for yourself, okay? Next, Leo rising. Leo rising. Oh my God, I can't breathe. Okay, I'm talking too fast. Leo rising. This is going to be in your 3rd house of communication, siblings, your local environment, things of that nature. So speak up. When it's in what's in the house of communication and Lilith is here, speak up, okay? Lilith in your 3rd house wants you to be real about how you converse with other people, okay? So say what you mean and mean what you say. All right, don't hold back in your conversations. It's also time to be a little bit more authentic in how you connect with siblings, your local community, anybody that you're around. So if you're going against this, you might find yourself bouncing around the truth, beating around the bush. You might be gossiping, you know, talking about somebody like your shit don't stink, okay? Lilith hates fake conversations. So if you're not honest, things could blow up really fast and suddenly you're in the middle of drama that you don't need, okay? I'm just putting it out there. Virgo rising. It's playing out in your 2nd house. This is the house of value, self-worth, money. So for you, Lilith wants you to take control of your finances during this time and know your worth. So if you've been underselling yourself, if you've been holding back, if you feel like right now you're at a career or a job or a point in your life where you feel stagnant, stuck, nope, it's time to move that, go after what you truly want, and show how valuable you are, okay? This is a time where you demand what you deserve financially and personally, okay? Now, you'll know if you're fighting this energy, you could fall into the scarcity mindset, which is not good, and you start doubting yourself. And Lilith doesn't vibe with playing small. So ignoring this energy right now, you know, it could leave you stuck in a financial mess. Or you might feel undervalued in your work and your relationships. So if you were there, that means you're fighting it and you shouldn't fight this. Use this energy to your advantage, especially in your financial house if you're not really thriving there. Libra rising. We all know this is happening in your 1st house. So this is all about, if you don't know, your personal self-worth, yourself. This is you, your identity, who you are. So this is all about, I would say, I know it's all about you, right? But using that Lilith energy, it's like, it's time to step into your power. You know, it's time to stop hiding who you really are. Be you, like embrace your individuality, stand up for yourself, speak up. And you can't worry about what other people think about you, period. Okay. Even when you're in your wild state. Like, so if you're going against this energy, you might feel disconnected from yourself. You're not being yourself. You're putting on a facade. You're fronting. Maybe you're people pleasing a little bit too much because you got that Libra energy in there. And you might be playing a role that others expect of you. And it's not truly who you are. And that's how you'll know that you're fighting it. And then you might just explode, okay, with frustration. You might regret something. You might have resentment. Because you've been suppressing yourself since it's in a 1st house for so long. So like, speak up, speak out, right? Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising, this is happening in your 12th house. So this is a Pisces house. This is your spiritual house. You know, this is like secrets are hid, subconscious energy, right? So Lilith is deep when it's here, and she's here to drag you. She's here to drag out those hidden parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. So you've probably done things externally because to match how you feel internally, like major shifts these last few months with it, like just peep that. Okay. So it's time for shadow work when Lilith is here, working on your spiritual growth. Okay. And really dealing with whatever, you know, like the stuff that you've been hiding deep down in your subconscious. It's really trying to dig it all up, dig it out, figure it out. Okay. So you'll know if you're going against this energy because you're going to feel like something's haunting you, and it's something that you can't name. Like you just feel like this big dark cloud over you, like dun dun dun, like are you gonna say it, are you gonna do it, are you gonna so that's if you're fighting it though. So if you're avoiding any type of inner work, okay, you might start to self-sabotage. You might not be confident about the moves you're making or yourself. You know, you might feel weighed down by your own secrets, things that you're holding in that you can't be honest about or truthful about. So Lilith doesn't let you run. Okay, you can't run from your shadow. It's gonna be with you every day, all day. So trying to hide anything only makes things worse. It's kind of like show your ass, period. Okay, and that's funny during this, one of my candles blew up. Oh, saying that. Okay, Sag rising. So Sag rising, this is happening in your 11th house. This is your social circle, friendships, networking, hopes, dreams, in your 11th house, okay? So with this Lilith energy, Lilith wants you to rethink your social circle right now, okay? Are you surrounding yourself with people that are helping you level up? Are you surrounding yourself with people that support you, that are there for you, that are optimistic, that are supporting your growth in life, okay? Or are you just playing a role to fit in with your social circle? Are you just trying to fit in and do it for the gram? Okay, it's time to really align with your purpose. Your purpose. You have your own path. Okay, and align with groups of people or friends or whatever ships you're sailing in right now who just vibe with you in your wildest dreams. Like they just let you be whoever you want to be. Okay, now you'll know if you're going against this energy right now. You might find yourself in so much friend drama, work drama, any social groups, like if you do, you know, any classes you take, you know, the drama. So you feel like you don't belong, you feel alienated. That's when you know you're fighting this energy, okay? You're hanging out with fake friends, you got fake people, you can't really, like, it's like you're talking to someone and you're like, oh, I can't really tell them that, I can't tell them that. So it's like you have a fake friend group. It's like you're staying in social obligations, like, or you're staying in situations where you feel obligated to go, but you don't really want to be there. It's kind of like, I don't know, showing up because, oh yeah, we got our company party, yeah, I got an award. You don't want to go, and you're like showing up. It's like, don't fucking go. They can give you the award when your ass comes back to work. But socially though, like, you know, people you kick it with, you know, if you have fear of FOMO, that's a thing too. So Lilith can really stir up some chaos when it comes to social groups and networking. So pay attention. You could find yourself being misunderstood, even like no one gets you. Like that means move on, find a new group, period. Capricorn rising. So Capricorn rising, this is happening in your 10th house. We all know 10th house is your career, your reputation, public life, okay? So Lilith is really pushing you to do what? Claim your power, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to build a business, or claim your power at work, you're trying to become from the bottom to the top, whatever it is that you're trying to do for that bag right now. Stop playing small, stop hiding your potential, your skill set, who you are, you know, stop hiding behind the scenes, really be in the spotlight. Okay, so be bold in going after what you want as far as making your dreams a reality. You know, thinking you can't do something, but you can. Right now, it's not about perfection. Just put it out there and get it out there. That's the name of the game for you. And don't let anyone hold you back. If you have people in your corner that are actually supporting you to do something that looks hard or something that's not really likable. Like, let's say, for example, your family and friends are like, get a real job, you know, go for corporate. And you're like, you want to be an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? And they're not supporting you in that. It's time to get away from that energy. They're deterring you from doing that. So stay around people that are supporting you during this time. And that will allow you to own your leadership abilities and actually push you to really, you know, make a change in your life. We have to do things that are uncomfortable to live a comfortable life. Okay. So you'll know if you're going against this energy. You might feel stuck in a career limbo. Oh my God, what do I do? I don't know what to do. What am I going to do? How do I do it? So if you don't lean into this energy, you really might find yourself frustrated. You might feel like you're not getting the recognition you deserve. If you're at a job right now, they might be undermining you, using you, abusing you. It's like a double-edged sword. You might be so good at work, but they need you all the time. So Lilith being here in your 10th house might really expose whatever's been holding you back on a public standpoint and a personal standpoint. So ignoring this can really lead to being very indecisive about your career. If there's something you're so passionate about, go for it and try to find balance with, okay, I know I got to have this job right now to pay the bills, but use that job to fund your passion and make your passion your priority. Okay. Aquarius rising. So Aquarius rising is happening in your 9th house. Okay. So this is like, you know, travel, you know, expanding your spiritual beliefs, things of that nature, expanding your horizons, right? So use this Lilith energy to really push you, to challenge you, challenge your beliefs, to really expand your mind, okay? Whether it's learning something new, diving into a book about something, taking some courses, whatever it is, it's really time to break free from those limiting beliefs. You know, it's like unprogramming to reprogram your mindset when it's in this house, okay? So explore new shit. And you know, if you're going against this energy, you might feel restless, you feel boxed in, because remember, this is a Sag house. So with this moon in Sag right now, you might be like, this might be a highlight for you. Like, it's highlighting, like, get out, think outside the box. Like, you just want to be free, okay? You know, if you try to stick to old beliefs or old systems or old routines, Lilith energy won't let you do that, okay? Lilith will stir up that rebellious side that'll come out. You might act out impulsively. This is a fire house. You might feel a little bit frustrated that you're not growing or learning or you can't do anything. And that's when you know you're fighting against it, okay? Pisces rising. This is happening in your 8th house. This is your house of, like, I like to call this more so like your deep transformative side. This is a Scorpio house. So it's real deep and intimate, but it's also a house of shared resources too. So with Lilith here in your 8th house, you know, this is like deep transformational shit. So especially with the stellium playing out here, there's so much more to it. That's why you got to watch my other videos too. But you're being really called to dive into what are your deepest wild desires, okay? So you're probably thinking about it, like intimate ones too. So especially this week with these aspects that are playing out, you might be extra horny. I'm just saying, lately, it's time for getting real about setting boundaries, your needs, your fears, like really like let it all out. Ooh, excuse me. If you go against this and you're avoiding all this deep work, honey, now, okay? You could have power struggles right now and you don't want that. You could feel like you're being controlled in your relationships during this time, which is not good either. You might resist looking at yourself in the mirror. You know, you don't want to look at your own shadow. Lilith doesn't let that slide, let me tell you. So things could blow up emotionally, even financially, since it has to do a little bit with resources. So you need to really bury all the fear and doubt and let shit come to the surface, okay? So all in all rising signs, no matter what your rising sign is, Lilith's energy is definitely demanding that true, authentic you to come out. And if you resist that, that Lilith energy is going to make it really uncomfortable. And remember, we're here all the way until March. Okay, so lean into it. I know it can be very difficult to change because you're so used to doing the same thing, which is operating your south node, but we're all supposed to be here to operate in our north node energy. So use the Lilith energy to guide you into stepping into that unknown path of uncomfortability so that you can learn to be comfortable with your new self and step into your power. Okay, so while I'm here, since I didn't do a reading last time for you guys, I'm gonna do one now. Because last time people were like, oh my god, you didn't do a reading, oh my god. So let's kind of do that. Okay, collective spread. Let's see what the message is, what we need to hear. Wow, Lilith is in Libra. Whew. Oh, I moved my foot. You guys don't forget to like the video. Share it out for your girl. I feel like it's giving light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, let's get into it. 4 of Wands. Ew, we like that, right? So I feel here, the message for you guys, let's just go through it really quick. And then I'll break each one down. We'll go a little bit more in depth. So it's time to celebrate. Celebrate your small wins. If you have a journal, you should reflect on your day every night. That's what I do. It really works. What are your small wins? What were you excited about today? What were you proud about today? That way you can start to do more than just, when you're manifesting, it's not just like saying what you want out loud and leaving it alone and visualizing and then having the dream board. It's like, what emotions do you feel that are attached to that too? So I feel like there's tons of celebration here. It's all about your foundation, support, stability, and safety is what you're thriving for, or that's what the focus is. Like, really make your home a sanctuary and use that Lilith energy to bring that brutal honesty. That way you can attract like-minded people that are like you, people that are, will support you for being truly, authentically you. And that's what will allow you to, you'll build that solid table and you'll be able to celebrate. I'm getting like wedding, I'm getting like birthday, happy slow return to all my Libras. I'm getting like, there's something here to celebrate. It feels good when you have your own home or a place to call home or a piece of home, which is you. When you learn to be authentically you is the name of the game. You can be honest, brutally honest about who you are and what you do and how you move and everything with no facades, that dark Lilith moon energy. You've accepted your shadow self. You did a lot of shadow work, healing, walked yourself through the fire on the coals and everything. It's like you can stand on, 10 toes and put your crown on. You know what I mean? Because you're walking in your truth. Okay, no one's telling you how to be. You're not trying to fake it. You're being who you are. So I love this. This is a card of celebration. This is where this can allow you to build something that is stable. Okay, that's not shaky. A lot of you guys, I know this can be very tiring time. We do have 4 swords here as well. Getting rest is going to be the name of the game. With all this energy right now, especially now the moon's in Sag, now we're like, okay, we got to get up, we got to do it, we got to make it. So you're doing things even though you're like tired. So make sure you're getting your rest, you guys. That way you're allowed to build your strength up. That way you can move fast and do the things that you want to do. If you feel sluggish, I know we had this solar X9 flare that happened, solar flares, we got retrograde season forcing us to go inward. You know, we've got this heat, or you're dealing with, I don't know, maybe it's freezing where you're at, or it's just like thunderstorming, whatever it is. It's very extreme energy that we're all playing with here. So, you know, this is also retrograde season with Lilith, with Mercury and the Sun in the same sign. It's also causing you to slow down and like breathe and like figure it out. Think about it. Okay. We do have some grand messages that could be coming to you. If you hear, you know, with all this Lilith energy, I know it sounds like dun 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 because it's like this dark shadow self that's like staring at you in the face. It's causing you to deal with certain things that could be uncomfortable. There's also still, remember, it's Libra energy that's ruled by Venus. So there's a little bit of love in there. It could be tough love, but it could be, you know, acts of kindness. It could be someone actually giving you a compliment, you know, here and there, or telling you what a great job you're doing, or things that they noticed about you that you didn't even think they've seen. You know, there are love notes coming in here with this Page of Cups, okay? So I like that. You could be receiving like text messages, emails, phone calls, even just, you know, a smile, a hug. Someone might see how you're feeling and just be like, here, you know what I mean? Like they know, they feel you. So I like that. Also too, if some of you guys, you know, right now, this could be a time to be very strategic about your money. Some of you guys might be stingy about who you're spending your time with, where you're spending your money. You might be looking at your coin like, I do want to get that. It's $500, but do I need it right now? So you might be like, should I really invest in that right now? So some of you guys are really looking at investments right now. You know, really just paying attention, especially on a global standpoint, what's playing out, what's going on. We're getting into the slow, dark season. So a lot of things kind of slow down. You know, here goes Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. It's kind of like the world shuts down and goes home into their little caboodle and then does life that way. So a lot of things on the outside, it's not summertime anymore. There's no play as much. You know what I mean? So now you're really looking at your coin like, okay, like I want to do this and I want to do that, but I also got to pay for that. So your needs, wants, and desires are coming out because Lilith is like, I really want to do this, right? But you're like, is that feasible right now? So some of you guys could be looking at your pockets like that right now, which is normal, okay? Some of you guys could be going into hermit mode where you just like, you want to get out, you know, you want to explore because you ain't work for nothing, right? So you really want to be able to still do some things, you know, and have a little bit of fun, but also on the back end, you don't mind just being at home. You don't mind being cozy with, you know, your loved ones, your family members, your close friends, your animals, whatever it is. Like sanctuary, being at home is like, you don't mind it. It's comfortable to you. But this is where also you can expand your mind and create and think of things that you want to do, or research or learn, or what is it that you want to, you know, tap into and figure it out, and then go out and explore. Then you go out and travel, you know? So it's a lot of endings and new beginnings coming in. Some of you guys could be walking away from person, place, or thing because you're not feeling fulfilled. And that's why that Lilith energy is here to shake shit up, especially in relationships, business partnerships, situationships, you know, love ships, friendships, whatever. It's shaking shit up. So some of you guys could be walking away from the old, like, you know what? I'm not into this anymore. I don't want to do that. I want to do this, especially with the moon in Sag right now, okay? So it's pretty much kind of summing up, but I love how this reading definitely highlighted all those pinpoints for you. So somebody needed to hear this message. So you guys don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for showing up. I'm about to do the timestamps right now, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.